Okay, I really hope this is the last time I'm going to be filming in my car with crappy lighting in the middle of the night. This kind of reminds me of the cover of the Beatles, what is that? With the Beatles? I think it's their second album, where half their faces in shadow. I'm just trying to make this seem cool, and it's really just completely lame. My name is Chad. I'm a member of a band called Blaggards. On this channel, I am documenting my weight loss journey. I started at 228 pounds. I'm trying to get all the way down to 177 pounds. So that's going to be a challenge. I have not, it's very rare that I've been below 190 anyway in my adult life. I think the last time I was 170 something without really fighting to stay there was probably in my early 20s. Yeah, so that is what this channel is about. If you want to join me in this journey and keep tabs on my progress, please subscribe, tap the notification bell. The thing I want to get around to talking about is I've noticed week by week as I've been losing weight and getting in better shape, how much of an easier time I'm having at the shows. And it's energy levels. That's a huge part of it. Being able to jump and just move around and not really get fatigued is a huge thing. Absolutely huge, especially at my age, 50 years old. Something about having regular exercise makes it really easy for me to sing well. And it was fantastic. It was like, I remember these days. This is what it used to be like when I was in better shape and younger. And now I'm there again. And one of the reasons why my voice was just going down the tubes over the past several years, it wasn't just from being out of shape. It's because I had what they call silent reflux. I already knew that I had acid reflux because I'd been on medication for it for about 3 years now. I don't really know exactly where I was weight-wise when this started to be an issue where I had to start taking medication every day for it. But it was somewhere over 200 pounds. It was probably around 210 or something. I'm not really sure exactly when this started. My voice started going to hell, and I didn't know why. And it was really frightening. And I thought for the longest time that I probably had vocal nodes, which is that's a common thing you hear about professional singers getting, where these little, it's like calluses basically on your vocal cords, I think, where sometimes they'll go away if you condition yourself properly. But some people have to get surgery for them. So that obviously scared the crap out of me. I don't want to have surgery done on my vocal cords. I can't. It's hard for me to think of anything else that would terrify me more than that at this point in my life. But fortunately, that turned out not to be the case. It turns out that I had something called silent reflux, which is where, even though I was very well medicated for this at the time, even if you can't feel it, there's something, acid can reach up into your vocal cord area without you feeling it and just smack the shit out of your vocal cords, basically. It irritates them. And it's not really noticeable until you start singing. And I remember when around the time I first started noticing this, I think it was around 2016. It's about 3 years ago. But I was going to do this just kind of silly intro into the song I was singing. I was going to go down into the first note. When I reached up for that introductory note, it just wasn't there. It was like, it was this horrible just noise that came out. And I remember that being completely shocked because I had no warning. My body gave me no warning that was about to happen. I remember my bandmates looked over at me like, what the hell was that? It was frightening. And it got worse from there. I went to go see an ear, nose, and throat doctor last year who stuck this camera down my throat to look at my vocal cords. And he confirmed for me, yeah, it's silent reflux. You don't have vocal nodes. There's no career-ending thing here. You're going to be fine as long as you manage these symptoms. And there's different ways you can manage that. You got to sleep on your left side because there's something about the anatomy of your stomach that makes it less likely for acid to get out of your stomach and fuck up your vocal cords while you're sleeping when you're on your left side as opposed to your right side, which was a pain for me because I prefer sleeping on my right side, but I can't do that now. Hopefully when I get skinnier, maybe I can do it again. But even with me doing everything I could to manage the symptoms, it was still an issue. You know, it was my voice definitely got better once I started taking my doctor's advice about that. But it was never really all the way there. until recently, until now, after I've lost about almost 13 pounds now. It's like night and day. It really is like night and day now. And I think it's because I've lost visceral fat. So I should say, the whole reason I have acid reflux in the first place is because I have what's called a hiatal hernia. And hiatal hernias can get worse as you gain weight. Because it's not just, when you get fat, it's not just the fat on the outside of your body. There's what's called visceral fat inside. And that can make conditions like hiatal hernias much worse. Now it seems like it's starting to get better. So this is one of the reasons why I had to lose weight. I couldn't continue the way I was going. The other thing was blood sugar. That's a whole other video. I think I've talked too long at this point. This might be the longest video I've posted on this channel so far. Even after I edit this down, I think it's gonna be the longest video. So silent reflux, yeah, man. If you're a singer and you have any of the symptoms similar to what I'm talking about, look into it. But it's treatable. You can, if you have it, you can correct it. But losing weight will, if you're like me, I don't know if it's going to help everybody. It depends on how bad your hiatal hernia is or why you have GERD, acid reflux in the first place. But get it under control, man. It's just not worth it. If you're a singer, if you're a musician, if you're anybody, it's just not worth it to continue living like this. So get in shape, lose some weight, take control of your life, take control of your health, and I promise you, everything gets better. Everything gets better. It is so worth it. It is worth every single moment of effort, every single minute you spend in the gym, every single minute you spend logging meals, which may sound like the most boring thing in the world, but the benefits so outweigh the inconvenience. Forget the inconvenience. Forget everything. Who cares? This is so worth it. It's so worth it. It's, what time is it? It's 2:30 in the morning. That's actually early for me. Is it early for you? I don't know. That's early for me. 2:30? Come on. What's 2:30? Anyway, good night. I will see you next time, guys. And thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe, like, tap the notification bell, and so you won't miss the next video. Thanks. Cheers.